Andrew McCutchen is out for the season with a torn ACL. It looked so bad. When it happened, a little bit of me thought, yep, it's it. I can't believe it. This is such a hard hit to the Phillies organization. Now, I know that we weren't getting, well, I knew at the time when we signed Andrew McCutchen, I knew we weren't getting the MVP Andrew McCutchen. But there's no denying that he probably exceeded expectations coming into this season. He's been so solid. And when it comes to leadoff guys, first in walks, first in runs, he's up there with OBP. He's been absolutely outstanding. A true professional every single day going to the ballpark. He's been a leader out there in the outfield, whether he's playing left field or he's playing center. His approach to the game is literally at the elite level. And the Phillies lose that. You lose your leadoff guy. Now you got to tinker around with things, find opportunities. You call up Haseley, you got Jay Bruce, but that's not the same thing. It's not. You have to put Cesar. I saw the lineup for today's game. Cesar Hernandez at the leadoff spot. So many things are going to change based off of Andrew McCutchen's injury. This is devastating. For a team that's in a little bit of a tough spot right now, for a team that's in a 5-game losing skid, you lose one of your biggest leaders. And he's been so good. How about this? This is courtesy of Corey Seidman. The Phils spent $73 million on Andrew McCutchen and David Robertson. 21 combined seasons between the two. A total of 3 trips together to the DL in those 21 seasons. Now, in the same season with the Phillies, both are extremely banged up. David Robertson wasn't himself from the jump. And Andrew McCutchen losing the entire season. It's nothing short of disturbing. Now, there's a lot of noise out there ripping the play that potentially got the ACL. Not potentially, it did. A lot of people are ripping apart the play that occurred for the ACL to go down. Here's reality. Baseball IQ-wise, amazing, outstanding play by Ian Kinsler. A play you will never see a Philadelphia Phillies on this team make on purpose. Maybe a ball drops in front of them, but they weren't doing it on purpose. Heads up play by Ian Kinsler. An amazing play. It's not Ian Kinsler's fault. It's not the umpire's fault. It wasn't an infield fly. Because for an infield fly, there has to be a guy on first and second or bases loaded with under 2 outs. So that's not an infield fly rule. It's not Gene Segura's fault for not hustling. He slipped out of the batter's box. Did he give his 100% effort running after that? No, but Gene Segura has not had a problem with effort throughout his career. He's going to give you that. It was just a sports play that ended in an injury. That's what happens when you play sports. Injuries are a factor. It's nobody's fault. It's just playing sports. That's what it is, and it's a damn shame. It couldn't have happened to a better guy. You never hear anything bad about Andrew McCutchen, whether you're a rival of the Phillies or whatever the case may be. Andrew McCutchen is a legit leader, professional in the MLB, and he is so respected. This is just so bad. It's so crushing. It's heartbreaking, really. At the end of the day, it's heartbreaking because he has been very successful so far this season. He has shown everyone who somewhat doubted him after the last couple years that, hey, listen, I still got it. I still have something left in the tank. I can still be a player that can produce in this league. And just like that, it's taken away from him. Now, after the game, post-game, you hear the word sprain. Then you see Andrew McCutchen tweet, pray for me, please. So there were all kinds of emotions going out there. But when you see the non-contact injury and the grabbing of the leg, instantly I thought to myself, yeah, the 3 letters. Yep, it's the 3 letters. And I know I mentioned this before, but to see where we are now with the outfield compared to where we thought we were going to be before the season, it's night and day. And when you take a look at upper management, what they're going to have to do now, at the trade deadline. There's so many holes to fill between starting pitching, bullpen, outfield. There's so many holes to fill right now. And it's going to be interesting to see how upper management does this. Now, you hear things that, I'm not going to say it's a blessing in disguise because that's not the right term, but that is a term that has been used in this. That's not the right term, but this is what is being thought. Maybe the front office goes out and makes a move due to the fact that Andrew McCutchen goes down. And now that changes the entire outlook and the entire way the season plays out due to the fact of the new pickup. I want to see how this team rallies. That's another thing. Sometimes a team, they lose a big-time player, and that brings everyone together. It brings the culture together. It brings the clubhouse together because they say, okay, listen, we can still do this. We can go out there, compete, and make it happen. Maybe it brings the bond closer together for this team to really figure it out here because this is a low blow and it's in such a crucial time of the season and it needs to be figured out throughout the team itself and the people who make the big-time decisions. But I'm sitting there, I leave the house, me and my girlfriend, we go out to eat, and as soon as I walk out the house, Twitter starts blowing up, text messages, NBC Sports Philly app. I'm devastated. Devastated. Supposed to have a nice dinner, have some conversation, put the work life behind you. I'm sitting there driving. What? What? What is going on? I don't know if it has really hit me yet. I'm somewhat in awe. Somewhat shocked. And I don't think people realize how devastating this really is to the lineup. This lineup is very top-heavy. I remember praising him just a few games ago before this 5-game losing streak about how many times he would walk and we would score off those walks. How many times he led off a series or a first inning with a double, and then he'd come across the board and score. This was during that Cardinals series. It seemed like it happened consistently. And I don't know if Cesar Hernandez can keep up a 300 average. I don't know. And we move around Bryce Harper and Gene Segura. I'm all in favor of Gabe messing around a little bit. I know last year it got way out of hand, but right now he needs to figure it out. He needs to find where to put Jay Bruce, where Haseley's going to go. Haseley's been jumping up in the ranks so quickly. I mean, he just got drafted a couple years ago. He's a puppy in my eyes. I don't know what to expect from him, but in my opinion, he might not be ready yet, but you're forced to play him because you don't have anybody else right now. And I hope that the Phillies organization still handle this Odubel Herrera situation the right way, even though we are desperate in the outfield at this time. I would expect for them to, and I don't know why I would think otherwise unless I am shown that they are thinking in a different direction. So at the end of the day, I sit here and I am hurting from this loss of Andrew McCutchen. An ACL tear is no joke, and we've seen it with other athletes. That doesn't necessarily mean they come back next year and they're back. It doesn't necessarily mean it's just this season and he comes back next year and everything's all great and dandy and he's going to be lead off guys and walks and runs, because it doesn't work like that. He's got a journey ahead of him. He's older in his career. Hopefully he has the right mentality. I feel like he does, to get back to the level that he was playing at this year. But there's no denying he was a different type of player than we expected him to be. I knew he'd be a helpful teammate. I know he'd be somewhat productive. If this is where I expected him to be this year, he's been there. And you lose that. So let me know down below how heartbroken you are over this news. Not only is he a great player, but he's just an awesome dude. A phenomenal teammate. And it sucks to see him go down. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Hopefully this team finds a way to come together. Find a way to fight through this adversity. No one's going to feel sorry for us. I mentioned that before. No one's going to feel sorry for us. Do you think that anyone felt bad for the Yankees early on in the season? There's injuries all across baseball. We got to find a way to really, really, really battle. Not give up. Continue to make successful strides. We have to see if they can do it. Let me know your thoughts. See you next time.